Hey guys, welcome to Heart Magic. David here. I wanted to give an update on my bicuspid aortic valve situation. A lot of things have happened, and I'm not sure what I've really gone through in the channel as of recently because I'm not sitting back and watching my old videos. So I do want to just kind of give an update because, things have happened. So first of all, I'm doing great post-brain aneurysm. That's awesome. Still have my bicuspid aortic valve. I went in for a CT scan, and afterwards, the doctor really wasn't good at giving me measurements afterwards. And I'll be flat out honest, when he was showing me in the office, the measurements looked smaller than before my brain aneurysm. My aorta, the root, I think the valve was the same size. But he was laughing it off. He was making it sound as if this situation was a measurement error. But it was a significant enough of a change to where I'd be like, hold on, that's not just a measurement error, in my opinion. But then again, it was very vague, and he wouldn't, he was not writing down specific information, which I feel like, why did I go in for the study if you're not going to sit there and properly interpret the data? Long story short, he said, if you're not getting surgery right now and you're going to get it at this other hospital, you can wait a year if you want. The reality is, this whole thing is up to me. It is my heart, my body. I get to decide. I do have a surgeon picked out. I do have, I would be getting a Edwards valve or one of the new biovalves and then doing an aorta repair. And they would be doing it through the chest. So it would be a quick recovery, no open heart, breaking the sternum. So it's a very good surgery option. The longer I put things out, if things are not improving in my physical body, then that means that I'm not going to be able to do the keyhole surgery. I would have to do open heart. So that's kind of a risk of waiting any longer. But the reason that I am waiting longer is because I am going to be trying a new health regimen for my bicuspid valve. And it's something that I think that is going to sound kind of scary for, for some people. For other people, it's just like no big deal. But it's called dry fasting. So there's regular fasting where you're not eating food, but you're still drinking water. And people do this intermittently, and they will pick certain times throughout the day. Some people will do it for several days, sometimes several weeks. I think the longest fast was some gigantic dude who did it for like a full year or something like that. I mean, there's probably longer even. But yeah, so dry fasting is totally different than all of that in the sense that you're not eating food and you're not drinking water. Muslims do this for 30 days, I believe, during Ramadan, and they don't eat or drink water for from morning till from sunrise to sunset. And this is a approach to it. No offense to Muslims, there are other practices that are out there. I'm not saying anything. It's actually a really good regimen. Do you want to try that for 30 days? Go right ahead and do it. But there are other practices out there that for people who are not Muslim. And because I believe that in the Quran, they say that Muhammad says don't dry fast for longer than those periods. There's many significant studies out there with modern information that show that that you can do several days. In fact, there's the scientists who sort of like map this out. I think the longest that particular scientist went was 21 days or something like that, or 20 something days. It was some ridiculous number. I have no interest in doing that. That does seem alarming to me. But that was for the experimental purpose of it. For my particular situation, in that book, they specifically say that going past 11 days, you're not getting any more real therapeutic benefit beyond that. And that's what this is all about, is a therapeutic benefit for my bicuspid aortic valve. How does dry fasting do this? Well, it does it through basically just like physically shrinking the cells. You're like a sponge with water in it, and you're shrinking. But during that shrinking process, a lot of old water in your cells, all the trillions of cells, is getting pushed out and being expelled, along with a lot of gunk. And then at the same time, your body is not getting any protein because you're not eating. So it's looking for proteins to basically dead proteins or poor proteins and basically redigesting them or burning them and That's very interesting because my bicuspid valve has a lot of poor tissue on it. So so there are a lot of studies regarding hearts and everything. I don't have any of that information with access to me. You can look it up yourself. But studies with hearts for vascular problems, everything. So according to these particular scientists, past 7 days, once you get to 7 days, you will have done a really hard reset on your vascular system, which in my mind says heart valve. Why would it not? Why would your body be able to be doing all of these types of repairs through fasting and not pay attention to the aortic valve? You know what I mean? Now, again, this is not to make a bicuspid valve into a tricuspid. That has never been anything that I've ever said. Some people think that I think that, but I don't know why. But no, the point is to just restore the bicuspid valve so that it works properly and to heal your heart and to do all of those things. You can do that through water fasting, but the issue with water fasting is that you are losing minerals, so you have to remineralize. And then also, it takes longer to get the same benefit because your body's still digesting. It's still a water diet. You're just not, when you shut off water and food. Now, keep in mind, you have to work your way up to this. I am not telling you to do this. I should also mention that. Pick up the book, The Phoenix Protocol. There's also, I think, 20 questions on dry fasting. Both of those are available on Amazon. They lay out all of the studies and scientific data on all of it, on how the whole thing works. So you don't die after 3 days from not eating and drinking water. Your body's repairing itself. Your body actually comes back stronger than it was through the dry fasting. So this is what I plan to do. I plan to make it up to 7 days. I look at it like running a marathon. I'm going to run X distance. I'm going to dry fast X distance in time. And that will, I'm probably going to do it several times. I did 2 days and it was awesome. I mean, my brain felt like it was really lit up and like I was emotionally, I felt really, really good. I didn't feel, I'll go through periods of depression and, there was, it feels like depression just really lifts and everything. And it's really, really good. So, yesterday I did like it was more like a 12-hour dry fast. And then starting tomorrow, I'm going to be attempting 3 days. So the goal is to work my way up to 7 days. And again, I have a year before my next scan. The goal is to walk into that office, and me and my doctor made a bet on this. I'm going to walk in and I'm going to show that all of my measurements are smaller. I believe that this will work. I have to believe it because I really want to avoid getting surgery. I don't want to get caught in the cycles of surgeries. I want to explore all options. There is another option, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which does induce stem cells, and it does shrink your body through physical force. It's sort of like pressing on the sponge, as opposed to drying it out. And that is very appealing. The only problem is that hyperbaric oxygen therapy sessions are expensive, and also you have to go somewhere. So there's a big time and money investment in order to do hyperbaric oxygen, and you have to do like 20 to 40 sessions to get that level of benefit. Now, I'm willing to do that, but the only issue with hyperbaric oxygen is that again, there's those limitations. So what I'm hoping to do to solve that is potentially get my own soft chamber hyperbaric oxygen, or find someone local that I can do. But to me, the free thing to do is dry fasting. And is it difficult? Yes, but I don't see it any more difficult than lifting weights or being disciplined in any other way. This is about discipline, and it is about using discipline to heal your body. I still struggle with sleep. I still struggle with a lot of things that dry fasting. Anytime that I'm in a state where I'm going to be going deep into fasting, I feel like all of those things are like healing, at least within my psyche and within my priorities and with all of these things. And so that alone makes me enjoy dry fasting, that when you are not hungry, you're actually doing things, So you don't necessarily have to dry fast to get that benefit, but at the same time, dry fasting it's not that bad. And I'm not trying to convince you to do it. I'm just talking about what I'm doing. So if you intend to try it, let me know. But some don't contact me asking me for all these studies and looking for permission from me because I'm willing to do these. Some people want permission from me to do kooky experiments. I'm not here to tell you to do anything. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And I'm trying to talk about it to document the experience and also to spread awareness so that people can... I am a big fan of patient-derived solutions. I am a big fan of people who don't take such giant risks that they kill themselves. I'm talking about healing, actual healing, doing the things that are good for you. So, these are the types of things that with hyperbaric oxygen, you should get a consult with somebody who understands it and everything. If you have a massive aorta and you have, it's like bulged out, hyperbaric oxygen, who knows what's going to happen. So that you may find yourself, okay, maybe I'll do the dry fasting kind of thing. Or do surgery. So again, this is not to discount the medical system. However, I do have to smack talk it a little bit in order to muscle my way into the position that I want to be in. Because I see flaws. I would have had probably 2 to 3 surgeries by now had I listened to the original doctor that I had spoken to. And so far I've had 0 and still have potential and hope to try to heal my heart. My running's going good. I'm doing 20 minutes per day. I try to do every day. I have had days where I haven't done that. Well, it's not necessarily running, it's cardio. So as long as I get 20 minutes of cardio and excessive cardio, then I feel like I've achieved something. Otherwise, I do need to be doing my weight training again, and everything, my schedule's just been so crazy due to work and personal things. So the blog helps me stay in touch with those things. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about those things, put those out there. If any of you have experience with dry fasting or fasting in general, let me know. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to going through a period where I just give this healing time. I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm hoping that it impacts me emotionally, physically, and biochemically so that it heals my situation. We must have hope in this with this disease, because even people who get surgeries, some go through their entire lives with just that mechanical valve and it just does everything and they live happy and that's it. Other people have some pretty harsh circumstances after surgery, and we can't forget those people. So I will say, if you do have a mechanical valve and you're considering dry fasting, or fasting in any way, you do need to be aware of your INR levels, I think is what it's called. So again, I'm not a doctor. This is the kind of thing that you go over with your doctor, or you just take the bull by the horns and just go for it. So, but again, you need data, and you need a practice, and you need a system in place. I'm still developing mine. I'm just discussing it here. Much luck to everybody out there in Bicuspid land. This is David. I'll see you later.